Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network on YouTube presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Please like and subscribe to Uneducated Network to where you see my show, Uneducated Sports Talk, and many other shows on our channel. That being said, let's get into it. So if you saw my last episode, and I'm pretty sure you did, or if not, if you haven't, check it out. We talk all NBA in that episode. Well, this episode, I want to talk about what I said towards the end of my last episode, where Adam Silver had an idea during the All-Star break that could change the playoff format for it either next year or the year after that. Here's hoping it's next year. So that being said, he said, let's kill two birds with one stone. I'm the kind of guy that wants big change. I said the top 16 teams from the whole entire league play against each other, right? 1 through 16. Let's get it. But then you have traditionalists. Well, let's keep it Eastern versus Western. Let's keep it Eastern Conference and Western Conference. All right. Adam Silver said, you know what? I listen to both sides. And yes, we'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll have change. We will make it the top 16 teams. But 8 of those teams will come from the East. 8 of those teams will come from the West. That's the perfect idea. And I'm like, you know what? I like that. You know, you keep both sides happy. You keep traditionals happy, and you keep guys who want big change like me. You keep us happy because you keep something different. It's fresh now. So if you want to break down the 8 teams from the East and break down the 8 teams from the West, the top 8 from each side, put them in there and reorder them 1 through 16. That is your playoff format. I am down for that 100%. And I really hope the NBA goes with this step and change things up, because we are tired of seeing lackluster first round, especially from the Eastern Conference or Western Conference, with that being said, but mostly from the Eastern Conference, because the West has pretty much dominated the NBA format, the NBA league, since Jordan retired from the Bulls in 1998. Basically, almost 20 years now, we've had Western Conference domination. Now, whoever won a championship, whether it's East or West, knows that, because there's always 1 or 2 really, really good teams in the East that's gonna, beat a Western Conference team in the championship. But we're talking about the level of competition from both sides. The East has always pretty much had it quote unquote easy to get to the finals, where the West, they had a beat, tug, and pull to get there. And then you kind of like, beaten up when you get to the finals. So that being said, you want change. I want change. We need change. That being said, you know what? I wish I would have wrote down the teams. Give me just 1 second. Hey, all right, we got it. That was like a quick second. But yeah, so I've written out all the teams. The playoffs started today. Today, with the new format that Adam Silver is proposing for hopefully next year, if not the year after that, it would go like this. You take the best 8 teams from the East, best 8 teams from the West, you put them all together, you reorder them 1 through 16. Now I'm down for the cause. Let's go. In order, 1 through 16 is Houston number 1, Golden State 2, Toronto 3, Boston 4, Cleveland 5, Houston 1, Golden State 2, Toronto 3, Boston 4, Portland 5, Cleveland 6, Minnesota 7, New Orleans number 8, San Antonio 9, Washington 10, Oklahoma City 11, Indiana 12, Philadelphia 13, Denver 14, Milwaukee 15, and Miami 16. So let's break down who will play each other if the playoffs started right now. This is how your new playoff format will probably work out for next year or the year after that. Here we go. 16 versus 1. You have the Miami Heat at the Houston Rockets. Miami number 16, Houston number 1. Who wouldn't love to see that? D-Wade come back with Haslam. They're facing against Houston. We haven't seen these 2 teams really play against each other. It's an East versus West conference game. So I'm down for that. Everyone's been hollering about the traveling. Oh my God. People have to travel though. Man, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to fly first class. They don't care. It's like, what if LA plays New York? So what? Usually when you get a travel day, there's another off day in the NBA playoffs. You usually get 1 day off when you're in the same city, but you get 2 days off when you're traveling. So there's no problem. These guys get paid a lot of money. LA to New York, maybe it's like 4 hours of traveling. Come on, get the program, people. You want to see exciting basketball? Now the regular season probably means a lot more than it did back in the day. So you'll see regular season games being played very well, and you'll see playoff games being played very well now. There's no more, oh my God, you got Toronto versus Milwaukee. Ew. No, because an Eastern Conference team is probably going to face a Western Conference team in the first round. It's just what it's going to be. So the first round is Miami at Houston. Let's go with the number 15-2. Milwaukee Bucks at the Golden State Warriors. Greek Freak versus Kevin Durant. Who wouldn't want to see that? Now, any team that Golden State plays in the first round, regardless of how the playoff format is going to be, they're going to be the way better team. And in this case, Milwaukee going into Golden State, they're the better team. Golden State is 14-3. This is where things get interesting. The Denver Nuggets are the number 8 seed in the West, and they're facing the Toronto Raptors, who are the number 1 seed in the East. But in here, it's 14 versus 3. You got Denver versus Toronto. And I've always said, back in the day, unless it's Cleveland, number 1 in the East, an 8 seed in the West could probably be the number 1 seed in the East if it's not Cleveland or LeBron James-led team, excuse me. So that's what we're going to find out real quick what goes on with that. Next, 13-4. Finally, same conference matchup, Philadelphia at Boston, and that's gonna be a really good game. Boston is, they're not as good as we were putting them out to be the start of the year, and Philadelphia is clicking, so that could be something very interesting to see. Indiana at Portland, another interconference matchup where the Pacers will be number 12 and Portland will be number 5. I would love to see that matchup. That's probably one of your worst matchups you can think of, but it's still good. It's something that we haven't seen before. So you're very interested to see that because, NBA TV usually get those bad matchups. Well, now you really don't have a bad matchup or a boring matchup. Now, here's the one that takes the cake, that takes the icing, to be honest. Oklahoma City Thunder, number 11. Get this, the Cleveland Cavaliers, number 6. Who wouldn't want to see Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony face off against LeBron James and Kevin Love and his squad in the first round? Who wouldn't want to see that? Exactly, you want to see that, and I really, really hope that goes down. Who would not want to see that matchup in the first round? Oklahoma City at Cleveland. That's going to be just bread and butter right there. I will pay top dollars to see that matchup in the first round. That's usually a championship kind of thing. No, now it's the first round. Also, Washington, number 10 versus Minnesota, number 7. You get Bradley Beal, John Wall versus Carl Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler. So that's going to be great. And those will be kind of one of your not so really good games, but it's still a great matchup. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't you want this to go down in the final one, which might be the most boring one, is going to be San Antonio, number 9, at New Orleans Pelicans, number 8. But Anthony Davis, and you still got the San Antonio Spurs, and if Kawhi Leonard comes back, and he might not, we know. But I'm just saying, we could see that matchup, and that might be your most boring matchup in the whole entire round, and it's still 9 versus 8. Get what I'm saying? There's only 2 teams, 2 games, 2 series in this playoff format that is both same conference. That is the Spurs in New Orleans, and then you have Philadelphia and Boston. You get changed, but you keep the same guys, keep the same format. So no one can say, oh, well, we got to keep it East and West. Well, you got it. But now you have a new format. So now you will find out who is actually the better team. This is just from this year. But next year, if it goes down like that, teams will play a lot harder to get better positioning. Because if you're an Eastern Conference team that say Cleveland's going to be forced to kind of play great basketball because you might be a number 6 seed if you play regular, which right now Cleveland is, if the format has changed. And you'll face an Oklahoma City Thunder team at number 11. So you want things to be a little different. It works both sides. I'm excited. I really hope this goes down. Hey, leave your likes and your comments down below. Tell me how you feel. Is this great for the NBA? I love it. Do you guys like it? I want to know how you feel down below. That being said, this is Uneducated Network presenting Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. And as always, sports fans, y'all know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.